Hello everyone, welcome again once again to this presentation from Aspire Software Ltd. My name is Gabriel Aura and today I'll be taking you through the accounting module. So as we discussed some times back about other modules, remember the other modules that we had discussed, we had touched on from the back office and the enterprise and the Smartman. So today we want to look at this module, which is the accounting module, and it is one of the major modules that runs the entire ERP system. So every module from the enterprise that we discussed last time and the Smartman, all the modules, all of them, they hit back to the accounting. Now today we will discuss on how you are going to set up this accounting module, and as you can see, you simply click accounting here and then you click setup, then you will get this window. From this window, this is where now you can put all your company informations here. So the company informations are placed here, your VAT registration, your company name, your PIN number, your addresses, and of course email addresses, and then you update here. Just click update. And then likewise also, you can also be able to set up the number of branches that you are going to operate on. So this is where you set up the number of branches that you're going to operate on, okay, given the license keys that you've paid for. And of course, this is the server path or the server commands or instructions where the server is supposed to communicate. And of course, you set up the code that stands for each and every transaction, that is the petty cash. For my case now here, I've put the petty cash account code, and then I've put the CAP account, deposit account, cashier float accounts, and gift voucher accounts. So these are the main accounts that you'll have to set them here. And of course, most of the time, our technicians are the ones who are doing it for you. So now, after the branches, you come to the users, and this is where you put your users. And how do you add users here? So this is where you add the users. You just say new. Once you say new, you indicate the name of the user here. So once you've indicated the name of the user, you assign them the password, and then of course here you can put the expiry when you want the password to expire. So you can put there, it could be 30 days, 15 days, or maybe 20 days and all that stuff. So you can put there. And then of course, if the individuals, all the individuals are your staff members, it is actually encouraged that you pull their records from. That is, if you are using if you'll be having your your HR, you're using the HR module, you simply pull the details of this staff into the system here. So you just click and then it will bring the window, and then you'll be able to indicate the name of this staff here. It will indicate their names here. So it will come with the staff code and their name here. So this, of course, this is the window, the search window that will come, and then you just search for the name of this staff, and then this is where that name of the staff will appear. And then once you select it, once I say accept, let me see accept. So once I say accept, the name will appear here, as you can see here. Now, if I want any trigger emails, I can also indicate the trigger emails there. So let's say, for example, I'm putting the name, I'll just put, because I have so many Gabriels here, so I'll just put that, and then I will say, okay. So once you say okay, so this is the name that we've just prepared right now. So this is what we've just prepared right now. And of course, there are so many other employees here that we've indicated. You can see their pictures the pictures are being pulled here. So the system also supports a graphical mechanism. So all the images and all that stuff, they can be pulled here. See, and of course here you can assign also, this is where you assign the branch rights. So when I want to assign branch rights to somebody, you just highlight the name of that person, and then you select them in the branches, if it is the HQ here, or if it is in this branch supermarket here, you indicate the ticks. If I remove ticks like this, it means this person will not be able to access this branch. But if I put the ticks there, then it shows that this individual, this person, will be able to access all this branch. So you can see here, selected rights is 10 of 10 of this branch. So he has all the rights of the branches. So you can also assign the back office rights Yeah, this is now you are at the headquarter, but you can assign a specific individual to be able to access a certain modules in the back office of a certain branch. So you are able to select all, or maybe you can select individual rights. Like you can say, this one I want him to have point of sale rights, or I want him to have factory, or maybe miscellaneous or loyalty rights. So you just put the ticks there, and then you update. So that is how you put the rights, or you select rights. Now sometimes you may have more than 100 people that needs the same rights. Like you have accountants and you have over 100 branches, and all these accounts you want to give them same rights. What you only do here, you come here to cloning. So you just click the cloning here, and then you select the person who has those rights, and then you can clone the rights to these different people here. And then once you say start, then those rights can be given to those specific people. So it's different. This one saves you time, so that you don't have to come and select each and every individual rights here, but you simply just do the cloning, and then once you've done the cloning, all the rights are done, are extended to other people. So here also you can give rights, just like the way we mentioned in the Smartman, HR, and Enterprise. This is where you can also select different rights in different modules of the headquarter HQ modules. So this is where you can assign also rights to specific individuals on what they are supposed to get and what they are not supposed to get. So you can also select here, you can see then all the accounts, the chart of accounts, the banks that you want other people to be able to access, including even some of the accounts that you want people to access. Now, for example, for this guy here, he has only the rights for few accounts. But if I select this admin here, you can see the admin has all the rights. So you can define different areas on how people are supposed to be given those rights, including also banks. You can also define who is supposed to access which bank and who is not supposed to access which bank. And likewise also with the creditors, these are the suppliers. You can also be able to filter who is supposed to get the rights of different clients and who is not supposed to have any right of any client, and who maybe may have rights of all the clients. So you are able, customers that is. So let's say the creditors, both the creditors who are the suppliers and also the debtors who are the customers, you can also define who is to access which customer. And because you find different employees in your company are dealing with different customers, and this is in terms of those who are doing sales and all that. They may go to the field, they are accustomed to a different customers and all that. So you can give them that right to access that customer in the system. So likewise also you can have the staff rights, and this one also it's for the HR module, whereby they assign, the HR module can assign rights to specific people on specific branches and specific staff. So like now here you can see HR branch access there. This one we did it in the HR module. If you want to see it, you can see it there. So this is where you give all these rights to different people. So you can also give the rights of HQ to different people, and you simply just update there, and then these rights will have been assigned to these individuals. So this is where all the rights are done, all the definition of functionality, operation of different people to access what, to do what. This is where the director sits down and defines who is supposed to do what in whatever position. So this is where they put all the controls of operations. So in the accounting, that is where they put the controls of operations. Now, after that, you realize that now, this is where now you'll want to input new products in the system. So all the raw products that you want to put in the system, you come to inventory here. Okay, you come to inventory. And before you put any product in the system, you must have actually created a department of each and every product. Okay, so this is where the department is created for those products. So you can say maybe if you're operating a supermarket, you can say maybe department, sorry, this thing is hanging a little bit. So you can say maybe in a department that you are dealing with supermarkets, let's say you're dealing with a supermarket. So in a department, like let's say, you can have foodstuffs, you can have maybe bags, you can have hardware, maybe you can have electronics, things like those ones. For those who have bakeries, they can say there, they can put bakeries there. You can put even stationaries or lubricants or braids or things like those ones. So once you've put there, the importance is that the system normally gives the reports in terms of departments, suppliers, and item-wise. So you are able to analyze which department performs very well on a certain season or whatever season. So that is the importance of you having these departments and all that. And then, of course, you can have also create units. So you put all the units measurements on in which your items or your products are being supplied to, or how you sell them. You can be selling them in bags, balls, bars, bundles, cartons, case, or pieces, or wherever. That one you can also be able to define it there. So those units, once you've created them, so that is when now you can come to products here and input a new product. So these are raw data that you're inputting that require somebody who is dealing with this must be actually a very sober-minded person, because the mistake one does here, okay, it will replicate all the way down to other areas and other units. So this is very, very sensitive place. It's a very sensitive place, so that whoever is doing anything here is supposed to be as realistic as possible and as accurate as possible. So when you want to input a product, you just say new. You're creating a new product, say new, and then the system here, it will ask you, first of all, which department does that product lies to. So you can select department here. If maybe I can say I'm putting from lubricants, so you can see these are lubricants, and then automatically it will give me a code, a second code. So which means this is a second item in this department number 21, which is lubricant. So the first number 21, it stands for a department, and then the rest, the last number stands for the product number in that department. So of course that one, it will give me that, and then I would say okay. So once I say okay, it will tell me and code here, and this click yes, and then I would say maybe shell H, let me say HX4. So that is the lubricant that I'm designing, and then I will say normally it comes into 1 cartons. I will select cartons here. So here in cartons, I'll have to define in that carton it has how many pieces. Then I will say normally it has 2 pieces. I will say 1 carton by 2 pieces. So I will select that, and then I'll say it is 1 carton by 2 pieces, and then I'll put the cost of topmost unit here. I would say maybe it is 13,000. Okay. So if it is 13,000, then you can see here the system is breaking for you the carton, cost of topmost unit, then pieces will be what? Will be 3,000 a piece and all that stuff. So of course I'll have to put a category here, and since I don't have a category, I'll just say general, and then department here, I would say it is lubricants department, and then here sub department, since it is there, I'll just set it blank. Likewise also to this one, I'll just set it blank here, and then supplier here, ask your supplier, I will say Armstrong. So this is one of the suppliers I have here. So, and then of course I cannot be able to save without an image, so I've created a blank image here. So I'll just put a blank image, but for your case it is advised that you have at least images of this thing. Take a picture of this product, then go to Photoshop, crop the image. Once you've cropped the image, then what happens is that you upload it in the system. So the image is not supposed to be above 10 KB. It's not supposed to be above 10 KB. So you can crop images, because if it is above 10 KB, it will be a little bit heavier. Okay, so I'll put this. So you can see that is where it appears, and then from here I'll say add new. So I'm adding a new item. So the item already, it is already successfully added in the inventory. So it means now this item code already exists in the inventory. So I'll be able to do GRNs. I'll be able to do LPOs with it. Now if it is vertible, also this is where you define if the item is vertible or not. So if it is 0 rated, you just indicate E there. If it is not vertible, you just indicate that, or if it is vertible, you say G there. So that is how it is. So this is how you create items in the system. So after creating items in the system, so you realize that these items can either be sold in the wholesale warehouse, or they can either be sold in the branch. So once you update this item in a branch, I would say now, for example, a supermarket, I want to update the selling price in that branch. So I will just say this. So in the branch, we are not selling in cartons, but in the headquarter, we receive it in carton. So I will say we are selling these things in pieces. So I'll define pieces there. And then I'll say branch cost is that one. So what will I do? I will sell this item, let's say at 5,000. So I will say I'm selling it at 5,000. So 5,000, this is 53. Markup is 53%. So you can see 53. Then I will update. Say update branches. So that is how I'll update the branches. Okay, so already the branches have been updated. So if I want to know if the branch is updated, I'll just come here and say view. You can see now, if it shows me these hazards, the red hazards, it means the server has not received this. And remember here we are updating what? The branch servers. So the server has not received this. So I'll come back again here and do this and update it again. So once I've done that, I'll again go there and check, view if the update. So okay, you can see all the blue ticks. So it means the item has been updated in the branch there. So I've defined the selling prices, and then also the branch, they will be able to sell in pieces, not in cartons. So they are selling in pieces, not in cartons. So that is how you receive an item and you update those items so that they can be received in the branch servers. So you may have more than one branches. Let's say you may have more than one branches. So what you do, once you've selected here, you come here and select specific branches that you want to update. So if maybe, let's say, the branch link is down, then it will be showing you here that branch, the link is down and all that stuff. So when you try to view, you will be seeing hazards here. So that one, it will force you to come back and then do more updates so that the product can pick. So that the product can pick. Okay, so that is at the branch level. Here you can set all these scan codes here. And once you set the scan codes, all these scan codes are going to be updated in the branch. So you don't have to redo it in the branch. So, and of course here you can see the supplier history. So supplier history. So like now, for example, here we've not received any item from this supplier. So we've not received this item in our premise, so you can never see the number of invoices from the supplier here. But every time the supplier sends you an invoice, it's recorded here and you are able to check the history of that item. And of course the sales, you are able also to check the sales. Now if the item is sold in dozens or in wherever, that is how now we define it as children. So if in terms of those pans that come in dozens, and there are some which come in wherever, and maybe at the branch you'll want them to be sold in dozens, so you have to attach those number of pieces here so that when that code is being scanned, so it will be scanning in dozens and all that stuff. And then of course finally you can see now the stock position here. We have now stock because we've not received anything as at now. So this is just a new item, we've added it into the system. And of course there is a reorder levels here. So with the reorder levels, you are able to check the reorder levels. So here you can be able to check the reorder levels, and you can also able to set the reorder levels so that once it reaches that amount, you are prompted to do LPOs. And of course there are infos, and then we have an e-commerce platform here. So this is where you put the e-commerce platform from your website. You put the URL here, and of course there are some of the search tags that will indicate them from there. And then once we put the tick here, we means that the e-commerce sales is enabled. And once you've paid your registration key platform to the Aspire system, then all of your shop will be appearing in your e-commerce platform. So that e-commerce platform, normally it's a good platform, and it's not like other platforms we see around, for example, like Jumia and Pigiamis and these other Soko, Gigi, whatever, because these ones, they don't have their own stock, they depend on other people's stock. But now this one, it takes your physical stock from your shop or to the platform that is into the web. So the whole world is able to check to see your shop online and all that stuff. Okay. So that is how you indicate products, or this is where you put more products in the system. So now once you've indicated the products in the system, so it means those products now they do exist. So what happens? You can do orders, and this is where you do the orders. You come here to purchases, and then you say orders. So you come here to purchases, you say orders, and then you say new. Okay, so once you say orders and you say new, you can see it is giving you supplier's price list here. Let me just push this thing on. I don't know why it is not coming. So it gives you the supplier price list here. And for example, if I put now the supplier was Armstrong, and because it's a new product, we may not have the price list set already. And then this is the item we had just created. Okay, this is not what we had created. We had created 21002. So this is what we had created. So let me say I'm ordering 100 cartons. So that is the LPO. Say done. So once I've said done, of course it will print automatically, and I'm not printing. So that is how it is. So this is the LPO that we've raised. If I say view here, you can view it there. And then with the LPOs that you see in red here, they've already expired. So you can put even an expiry of that LPO. If the LPOs is over, let's say you can put 15 days, or you can put 30 days, depending on the policies of the company, so that after 15 days, that LPO automatically in the system expires and it turns red like that. So what happens after that, you are able to delete it. If you have the rights, you can delete. If you don't have the rights, maybe you can leave it there with time, but nobody else can be able to use it. So that is how they are. So this is how the LPO will look like. Let it still printing. Of course, this one this one we are viewing it. So the LPO comes in A format. It comes to A4M format, but it depends. If you wanted to print in those small thermal printers, it can also print in those thermal printers. You just simply direct it to that format, and then it will be able to print. So this is the order that looks like. So this is the order 157. This is the supplier, and then you can see this is the suppliers here. So the order is also in Kenya shillings. So you can also define, because the system it is multi-currency, supports multi-currency. So this is the product, and this is what we had. Let me just copy this. This is what we had ordered, and this is in cartons and all that stuff. You can see 100 pieces we had ordered here, 100 cartons, not pieces really, but cartons. And then you can see here the order also indicates, the system picks the name of the person who prepared the order, and also at times with the policy of the company there is authorization. It will also pick whoever has authorized the company, and then we have the barcode here. Now this barcode is for security purposes, so that when you scan it, it will give you the order number, which is order number 157. So that one is for security purposes, because somebody can go to River Road and print something like this and bring it to you. So how will you be able to verify that this order is actually from my system? So this one, the only way you can verify is just you scan the barcodes and then you see the order number there. Okay, so that is how the order will look like. Okay, and then how do you receive this order? So this is how you receive the order. You can simply come here and say receive. You can see how the system is so easy. You just click receive there, and once I click receive here, then what happens? I'll be able to receive the order here. So let's say this is the supplier has given me the invoice number. That is the invoice number of the supplier. And then I will come here. You see the order. The system will ask me, how many did you order? 100 cartons. And then you compare with the supplier. If maybe he gave you 100 cartons. Okay. So if he gave you 100 cartons, you indicate there as per the invoice, and then you say okay. Okay, so once you say okay, you can see the X factory here. So this is where now it normally changes every now and then. The X factory amount, it's never constant. Today you'll find maybe the supplier will have overcharged you, or maybe he has undercharged you. So this is where now you change that X factory figures from the invoice. So you type it the way it is in the invoice. Just you type it there, and then you just say okay. So once you say okay, that one already you've done. Now what we are doing here now, this is what we call a GRN. We are receiving these goods. So that is how you do a GRN, and of course it will print. And since I'm not printing, I will just remove those ticks there. So that is so here it says order does not qualify for reincarnation, which means you've received all the orders. So the supplier did not supply you less. He supplied everything as per your LPO. But now if he had supplied you less, let's say for example you ordered 100 cartons and the supplier supplied you only 50 cartons. So what happens is that it will generate a reincarnated LPO. Okay, like now this one of this is a reincarnated LPO, which the supplier had supplied less. So it will generate. But now for this one now, it does not qualify for reincarnation. So which means all the orders were received. So that's why you can see it is not so longer here. Okay, so for a reincarnated LPO, let me just show you this. This is one of the example, because it generates a reincarnated LPO. Like for example, you can see here, this is an LPO that I raised yesterday. Yeah, so you can see this LPO number 156. Okay, but this is a reincarnated LPO from the original LPO, which was 155. So this 156 had actually ordered 100 cartons, but the supplier only supplied 50 cartons. So what happens, the system generated another reincarnated LPO to show you that your supplier still has a balance of 50 cartons for you. So that LPO will still remain there pending until you receive the remaining balance, or until the supplier brings the remaining balance. And if he doesn't bring the remaining balance in time, then this LPO will expire and it will be just like these other ones. Or maybe you can also do a deletion. You can delete it. Okay, so that is how we do, and that is how we receive LPOs from the accounting. So when I come to inventory here and then I say stocks, so if I want to check for stocks, so that this is the code that we had just created. So this is what we had created. So you can see this is what we had received today. So today, this is the GRN we did, GRN number, this is the supplier, and then the units we received is cartons, quantity in is 100 cartons. So this is now what we have as the stock position is 100 cartons. So that is how we actually create items in the system, and that is how also we can do an order in the system. So please kindly make sure you check us on the next video, whereby I'm going to show you on how you can do invoices and how you can also do some of the payments within the system. Otherwise, thank you very much, and please remember to hit the like button there and also subscribe for more videos, so that you may show that we are actually supporting our channel. Okay, thank you very much, and see you in